hopefully, for the second time, I think we're live. Welcome to the Limit Night Podcast. My name is Tim. Today we have Davey.
Heyo.
Marta.
Hello.
And Gabe.
Heyo.
Forget who was on the podcast.
How rude.
Absolutely.
It's because I haven't been here.
This is the B team because I don't know how to stream and I'm in charge.
Yeah, why did he put you in charge of streaming?
He didn't. He just didn't turn up. Our normal host Kevin and our secondary host James are both not here, so now it's me. And I'm
so
not...
the third most experienced streamer, just a guest. I see how it is.
I don't know why you didn't just host it, but either way, it's too late now. I don't even know. I don't even know if we're live. We might not be live.
We are live, from what I can see.
Okay, well, to give a peek behind the curtain, we just did that introduction 2 minutes ago, and then I realized I didn't press the go live button. So it's wasted in the archives, and it's nice to know. If anyone could let us know how we're doing audio-wise as well, that would be great. I'm actually just bringing up the stream so I can check the chat. How is everyone?
I mean, fine.
Good.
Not too bad.
Little tired.
I'm good.
We've got the rare Marta with us here today.
I know it's a miss that I have came out of my cave, and I'm here now for an hour.
What have you been doing?
Marta
And then,
is also on
yep.
screen talent. Now, everybody's on screen talent.
Yeah, and then I'll disappear forever after this hour.
Like a mystery into the winds.
Please don't disappear forever.
Marta.
You're like...
Oh, hold on a minute, Gabe. Your poster, is it floating?
No, it's just hanging off the
You've
wall.
got a drop shadow. It's a Photoshop. It's just a Photoshop asset. Don't worry about it.
There you go.
Yeah, she's got a green screen.
Totally.
You got to get some blue tack for that thing.
Well, blue tack's expensive, and I don't have the money for it. I'm sorry.
Blue tack. I mean, of all the things, I'd be like, no, maybe I shouldn't splurge on that.
Knock off blue tack.
Knock off white tack.
White
tack,
tack,
terrible.
right? My experiences with white tack is absolutely awful. It sticks and rips the poster in all my experiences with white tack.
It stays the wall.
Why did someone make white tack when they were just like?
This is what we're talking about here. We've got nothing to talk about for the next hour, so we're going to talk about
It's just
white
the
tack.
beginning. Listen, we're
White
warming
tack.
people up, but you don't want to get into the meat of it. You have your starter, you have your soup for some reason. Who has soup anyway? You have soup as a starter.
I mean, I have it as dinner.
No. I mean, like, okay, if you're hungry, you have a bowl of soup, whatever. But I've never been to a restaurant and be like, I'll have the soup before my meal.
Well, what do you have before your meal?
Anything other than soup.
Well, why can't soup be a starter?
All three of you keep responding. I talk and everyone talks.
Yeah.
Well, you're the CEO, Tim.
Right.
Okay.
He
Soup
hates
is great.
Soup or not soup?
Soup is great. Please, Tim, just what do you mean no one has soup?
Is this going to be another thing Marta and Tim can argue about? Is that why Marta doesn't appear on things? Because she keeps disagreeing with Tim?
I mean, there's not many people that aren't here to argue with me. That's more or less my role. Is like a bouncing ball.
I purely exist to fight with people.
That's true. Me specifically.
Fight you, Marta.
I'll fight you.
We didn't fight any of us at RTX, so there was that.
Yeah, because I got drinks for free. I'm fine. I was very merry.
Speaking of drinks.
Same.
Someone may have already had a few drinks.
Yeah, I'm fine.
No? Do you want to show the bottle?
Oh, yeah, I have 2 of these jars because my mum bought them me. She was like, if you're going to be a bartender, you got to learn how to do it right. And she bought me 2 of these jars.
That's not a bartender's jar. There's no bartender.
No.
There's no school of bartending where he's like, now you get the jars.
You start with mason jars, you move on to the bigger ones when you're a bit more experienced.
Your way down slowly.
What you're supposed to do is probably fill it right to the top with a drink, and then have it between a whole party of people.
I've never
but
been.
no.
Yeah, but that ruins the fun of cocktails. Because watching someone make the cocktail is the fun bit.
Yeah. Because then they just make that one and you're like, you're set for life. You and your friends. That's it.
To be fair, I went to a beer keller, which is a bar/pub here in Sheffield, and it's one of those places where you can stand on the benches and drink from steins, which are like pints that are like this big.
Are you describing Coyote Ugly?
Yeah.
No.
No,
but basically, it was literally, you go in there and they're like, here's a giant drink for like 12 quid. You don't need another one. You're fine. And you go stand on this bench and you dance and you scream along to music. It's amazing.
It does sound like Coyote Ugly. You're right.
Okay. Yeah, I just drank straight from the bottle. That's not a good idea.
Don't drink straight from the bottle. It's a mixer. No one here knows how to drink.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ.
Cocktail.
It's not a cocktail if it's served in a vat, Gabe.
I mean, it's still a cocktail. It's just all mixed into one, which is what Wetherspoons do, and I think is atrocious.
So,
yeah, we don't speak of Wetherspoons cocktails. They're terrible.
So there's something that happened to me today. I don't know if anyone saw my Twitter, but my door handle broke on my car.
Yeah, I saw that.
Whilst I was in my car, the inner door handle snapped. And it took
Was that about the time you were getting angry at me? Because I feel like it might have been the time you were getting angry at me.
No. Why is my cat... Listen, Kevin, I got to point this out. Kevin is giving me shit for how I'm running the podcast. Be here. This is not my area of expertise. You've got video feed. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, also, why is Kevin here in the comments but not on the podcast? Like, didn't he say he wasn't going to be around?
Also raises a good point. But no, yeah, my door handle broke, and now I don't know what to do about it, because there's little nubbins in the door that I have to, like, kind of just jam my fingers into and twist, and it takes me about 5 minutes every time.
Perfect solution. Get some white tack.
Why not
just
blue
make
tack?
a handle.
I might just over splurge and get the blue tack instead.
Yeah.
Or you could do the logical solution of drive it to a garage and let it be someone else's problem while you pay for it.
I might actually take David's advice and just get a new car.
Sorry, whose advice?
Yours.
Yeah, who?
Did I say David?
Call me fucking David, you prick.
Davey. To be fair, I think my eye nearly popped, so I was a bit my eyes popped 3 times in a day.
Your eye pops and it affects your brain.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's really painful.
It's funny how they're connected. So obviously it would make sense.
It's just really painful.
You say eye popping, but what does that actually mean?
So there's a corneal if you're eating, I'm sorry, but there's a like a gel that goes over your eye, a protective layer, and when it ruptured, it basically kind of snapped off like a rubber band, and it keeps trying to grow back, but every now and then that rubber band unsnaps again because I don't know, I've
got a solution. Get some white tack.
But, so yeah, no, every now and then it just pings back, and apparently I read it up. It takes a couple of days to heal, but it could take 6 months to a year to finally settle. So I'm just gonna get used to this every now and then.
Can't you just I don't know, keep your eye closed forever and then wear an eye patch?
But I still it doesn't help. My eye still looks around. If I have to stop that eye from moving for it to be effective. But if I'm using my other eye, so I just have to use neither of my eyes for 6 months to a year.
So wear 2 eye patches.
Didn't you say it's only if you look in a certain direction and put a certain amount of pressure on your eye?
Yeah, so I started doing some, not research, but some self-testing. So I'd look up, and I'd look left, and I'd look right. Everyone's got to self-test. It's important. Stay healthy, people.
Okay.
And then, so I put my finger on my eye, put a little bit of pressure, and then I looked down, immediately popped. Immediate regret, but at least now I know the angle not to look at.
Does it make a sound? I'm curious.
No, it doesn't make a sound. I make a sound. It's like this. Like that.
Can confirm.
Someone snip that out. I want it as my text tone.
I went back and watched Tim's stream from last night, and Tim just went.
Yeah. Basically, I just touched my eye, as you do. You don't realize how much you touch your eye until you can't touch your eye anymore. Go through the rest of this podcast without touching your eye. Now
challenge accepted. Yeah.
Gabe failed. Well, one already.
I have sensitive eyes, okay?
Alright, anyone listening or watching, if any of them touch their eyes, look, all three of them
Glasses
are part of their body.
They don't count.
I burp, motherfucker. What, you'd rather I burp on mic?
No.
Tim, I physically cannot touch my eyes right now because I'll smear makeup all over my face.
I don't have that problem.
See, can't you just train yourself to not move your eyebrows, move your head?
That's real. Oh.
That's the thing.
Oh no, that would be a nightmare, and I'd look insane.
That's like being in VR headset without actually having a VR headset on.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Just train yourself to feel like you're always in VR, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, no,
just wear some really heavy goggles.
Do you know
get a Google Glass.
I have not tried VR yet.
I haven't tried it.
Has anyone
I haven't tried it either.
Okay.
No.
Actually, no, I tried it once and it gave me a headache and I never did it again.
I tried the bad kind of VR where it's basically a really bad one where you just put your phone in it. It's this is VR.
And
but
then
it's
your eye
not.
pops and it's terrible.
I mean, my phone, yeah.
Blue tack. So, what's it like then, Gabe? Oh no, Marta, you said you did it once as well. It gave you a headache.
Yeah. I've got glasses, so it put pressure on the glasses and it hurt.
So you have to wear the glasses inside the VR headset?
Yeah, because it depends, I think, what your prescription is. Like, if you're long-sighted or short-sighted, but whatever I have that I can't remember, and I've got, like, astigmatism and whatnot, so it's hard for me to, like, without my glasses, actually concentrate on a certain point. Like, it takes me a while to if I look at something for a long amount of time and I move my eyes, it just goes blurry regardless of what glasses I'm wearing. So it hurts and it sucks.
That's weird.
I played a really cute game on it, so I don't know.
Okay, where did you play that then?
It was at home. Like I said, it was one of those ones where you just put your phone in it and it does it. The glasses are the parts apart that does it.
Was it the cardboard thing?
No. It's like some kind of really bad £5 one. But basically, I put my phone in it and I got this game on my iPhone where it's like, you nod your head to move around this maze. So I was just sat in the living room going.
Yeah, VR's never going to get past the fact that you look weird doing it.
Yeah,
I think if you're doing it in your own home, you don't really care. Like,
no, that's true.
See, I did
apart
it
from when you
at
put the videos in.
public place. I was at an animation festival last year, and I was just sat there like, this is weird.
Has
So I
there
basically had to move.
been any VR animation?
Yeah.
Has there?
There has, and it's called Rain or Shine or something like that. Because I spoke to the people who made it, and it was fucking awesome.
Is it a video or is it a game?
It's a video,
right?
But the way it works actually is it's a slightly linear narrative, but because you can turn around and stuff. Like it knows when you're not looking at the actual scene. And there's other things going around, like little things like a bird flying or something, but they all lead your eye towards the actual narrative, and you kind of follow it along.
That's cool.
As you turn and stuff, it's really cool.
I feel queasy just thinking about that.
It's very slow, and the art style's nice and simple. Like, it's 3D rendered, but it's the 2D style, right. So it looks like kind of really cute and simple, and like basic shapes you can actually concentrate on rather than, yeah.
It sounds interesting.
I remember when Facebook first started doing the 360 videos, and people started doing like the horror ones where like as you turned around, different horror things happened. Like, it made you follow it, like Marta said, it made you follow the narrative of it. And like, I remember doing one just on my phone, not even in the VR goggles. I was just following it around. I was like, I am terrified right now, because you face towards the door and suddenly everything would go dark and something would be in your face. It'd just be on your phone, but you'd still jump a mile.
Well, that's like those old jump scare videos you'd get where it's like it's a happy little tree, and then all of a sudden a fucking disfigured face jumps out of the screen at you. Jesus Christ! If one of those in VR would be terrifying.
Yes.
Like, just looking around a meadow, and then all of a sudden you look around, there's a fucking clown behind you or some shit.
Have they done Alien Isolation in VR yet?
Yeah, I think so.
That would be a hell of a stretch goal. I think.
Yeah, but because you'd have to actually buy the VR, which is like £600 at the moment.
You might be able to rent it. I know there's a games place down the road from here that might have a VR headset.
You can, yeah, but would you really want to use someone else's headset? Like,
that'd be sweaty.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
So. I feel
like hygiene.
Yeah, I saw there was a video of someone who's done their first VR kit, which was wireless. A man alive, because he had to basically wear a PC on his back and a battery. And I think he said like it does up to 2 hours, and it takes 70 hours to charge, and it weighs a ton. The guy was running around, he's like sweating.
I remember a few years ago, the Gadget Show did one with, I think it was like the latest Battlefield at the time, but they went like balls to the wall and fucking, they got like treadmills on the floor, and they got a fucking SAS trained guy in and gave him like a paintball gun, and they had paintball guns set up around him, so if he took damage, he got shot by a paintball gun. I'm like,
nope.
I want to try that so bad. But that's probably sitting in a museum somewhere gathering dust now.
Like, it's getting to the point where it's getting kind of cost effective though, because I was like, I'm on the hunt right now for my kids' Christmas presents. They're not going to watch this. That's fine. And one of them
think?
Yeah, I hope so. Gee, I've done something wrong if they're watching this. Sorry. Oh my god. But there's one where it's a remote control helicopter, has a camera embedded into it. but then it comes with a VR thing that you can drop your phone into, and then you watch where the drone is going. It was about £60.
Yeah.
That's
It's really
affordable.
It's really accessible right now. Like our uni, because our uni's awesome, now has an Oculus room, and we have like another VR setup. And people I know from my year, not on animation, but on like a different course, they're literally doing their major projects as VR like games.
Man, that's crazy.
And VR like videos and stuff. And it's like last year, like two of my friends created an actual VR game. Like you can play it. Like I played it. It was awesome.
That's cool.
I played it on the non-VR version because my brain doesn't work like that.
Doesn't like it.
But
I hope VR takes off to the level of like Sword Art Online or Ready Player One, and you just like you get knocked the fuck out and you experience it full body.
I don't think you want Ready Player One though.
Well, not that. Yeah, no.
Sword
but
Art
like,
Online either because you die.
Yeah.
No, well, I mean, fuck.
I've not
Iron
read
Man
Ready
mode,
Player
man.
One.
It's a good book.
I
can't
haven't.
wait for the film.
I
get
just
mixed
noticed.
reviews.
Sorry.
Yeah,
It's depressing.
it's like Guardians of the Galaxy. It relies a lot on pop culture. And it relies on like tropes. But yeah, no, I want VR to be like that. I want to just get like, I want to put the headset on. I want to be knocked the fuck out, and I want to wake up and I want to be looking at like just swords and just everything.
Just swords and everything? Do you have to be knocked out? Could you just not just do it by choice? You're talking about the Matrix now, basically. You just want to be in the Matrix.
Fuck yeah! I hope the VR gets to the level of the Matrix. Just plug me in, just like so I get the back of the skull.
All right, who has seen the Matrix? Just to make sure I'm not about to ask a question. Really, Gabe?
I haven't.
You haven't.
Wait, you
seen it?
haven't? What?
I haven't.
Gabe? No, no.
Right, stop the
we're
podcast right
watching-
now.
No,
Come back in
Gabe,
an hour and a half.
Yeah, we're
After
gonna
this,
we're gonna
I'm gonna-
postpone until Gabe goes and
I'm
watches.
gonna
You just
make
need to watch the first one.
Space in my schedule, and I'm gonna get you on Skype, and we're watching The Matrix.
I mean, why Skype when there's Rabbit?
No,
I
illegal.
don't know anything. Discord. I just have to make sure you're watching that shit.
Yeah, you
Sure.
need to watch the Matrix. Don't worry about 2 and 3.
Anyway, it's 15
Yeah, we don't speak
years
of
old. We
this.
can spoil it.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it's fine, Dory.
so like, would you choose to go into the Matrix?
Yeah.
Would I choose to go in the Matrix?
But you don't know that you're in the Matrix once you're in it.
Yeah.
Oh, if I don't know, then hell yeah. Like, I just get knocked the fuck out and wake up and it's like, oh, super awesome world. I can do backflips, yeah.
No, it doesn't. That's not what you can do in the Matrix. He broke the rule of the Matrix.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
You're just
yeah,
a
it's the other
normal
way
bloke.
around.
You're
It's-
just exactly the same, but you're in the Matrix now.
We might be in the Matrix
How do
right
we know we're
now.
not? Yeah, exactly. How do you know we're not?
Tim's
Don't.
heart starts beating a little bit faster.
Listen, I've already had this conversation internally with myself, and I've come to the realization that that I can't do anything to stop it. So, just leave me alone, overlords. Thank you.
Why are you staring directly at the screen when you say that? That's creepy as fuck.
Look, Tim's convinced about a lot of things, like the robot thing about how they're going to take over the world. It's
Robots are
fine.
going to take over the world. Listen,
They're
you
not.
put me in
They're
charge of a
not.
podcast, I'm going to talk about robots taking over the
Every
world.
single time Marta comes on, we talk about robots.
No, but like,
It's like
robots,
I'm instigating this.
All right, we'll get
robots
used
could take over the world.
If-
Zombies could take over the world.
Zombies
Anything
are
could take over
stupid.
the
Zombies couldn't take over the world. That's a stupid.
But-
robots.
world. No,
yes.
zombies is in the undead.
Zombies
could
are a
take
bit
over the
more
world.
legit.
But
No,
zombies,
zombies
as
are
in
not more
scientific
legit.
Zombie
experiments who
virus.
have had their will removed,
Yeah, but the
could
thing
take
with
over the
zombies-
world.
The zombies.
Okay.
The thing with zombies is that, as Adam rightfully pointed out in Walking Dead Wednesdays, they move like 1 mile an hour. Like you just have to briskly walk and you're fine.
Can I just point out that zombies actually exist right now? Like, not in human form, but they
form
do.
Of zombie exist. They like mice and ants
They're-
and stuff.
Yeah, but they still exist.
But what's the term zombie at that point? It's just like something that's moving on under without its own brain control. Like I have an arm spasm every now and then, and I don't see me complaining about it. I'm not a zombie.
I mean,
Same when your eye pops out.
yeah.
weird zombies
Yeah.
have existed for years because if you add sodium to like dead squid, it just goes insane.
Right, is that a zombie?
No, that's a chemical
No.
reaction.
But what else is
Yeah,
a
but it's
zombie?
still a
mean,
zombie.
Dave, we are chemical reactions. Like, literally.
Yeah.
That's all we are.
Jesus Christ, way to boil it down to its simplest form,
No,
Marta.
you
Fucking
add
hell.
salt, you don't boil it. Different
I've got
kinds.
enough
Shit.
salt. Yeah, there is enough salt right here. Like,
But we could make our own zombie army with the amount of salt that Davey carries.
Damn,
Yeah,
son.
but they're all branded with limited night.
Oh, well, yeah, we got to get the branding right. Speaking of
Oh,
branding,
absolutely.
I've got my cap on my way. It's on my cap on my way. I've got my cap on the way, so I'm going to be able to be fully branded almost soon. And Davey, you got your. Everyone is branded. Oh, Gabe's branded.
I'm wearing a Death Note t-shirt at the moment, but I do have a Limited Night t-shirt, and Smush's t-shirt will be here on Monday? Maybe?
Elmo
Sometime.
just received his t-shirt today. Everyone's getting all branded up.
My pin's somewhere, I
Your-
guess.
Great. Is it behind you?
No, it's on my bag. Like, I actually put it in the backpack I use the most, and I carry it everywhere.
Yeah, there it is. I want to go
Put
back
my
to the
back
zombies thing, because
badge.
I want to have a final decision on what is a zombie and why everyone's wrong that zombies are dangerous, and why computers are going to kill us all.
I mean, both are dangerous because
Tim.
zombies can exist because basically anyone. It doesn't have to be someone who dies and becomes undead to be a zombie. You can have plenty of different ways to make a zombie, such as through drugs or through even sleep deprivation can create a zombie.
Right.
Well, no, because the definition of zombie is the dead of return to life, right?
I don't
Actually,
know.
wait, I will find out.
Yeah,
But
find the definition.
zombies don't pose a threat unless they have a taste for brains, right? As we're going by the stories.
Well, it's not
What
always
if we had like a
brains.
vegan zombie?
So,
He's like a real hipster. He's just like, I don't have human brains, man.
God, we get it, Steve. You vape.
Humans are people too.
okay, so there is a few definitions for zombie.
Oh God, here we go. List them
My
off.
favorite is a cocktail consisting of several kinds of rum, liqueur, and fruit juice.
Does it come in
Okay.
a vat?
But it's a corpse that's said to be revived by witchcraft, especially in certain African and Caribbean religions. And in popular fiction, a person or reanimated corpse that has been turned into a creature capable of movement, but not of rational thought, which feeds on human flesh.
Right.
Or a person that appears lifeless, apathetic, or completely unresponsive to their surroundings.
Yeah.
Or a hypothetical being that responds to stimuli as a person would, but does not experience consciousness.
I mean, by
Or a
that definition, half
computer
the Limited Night community is
controlled by,
fucking zombies.
by another person without the owner's knowledge and used for sending spam or other illegal or illicit activities. So apparently, a computer can be a zombie.
Oh, we're
Shit.
fucked then. We're fucked.
Yeah, we're well and truly fucked.
All
Like,
hell,
Mother
you
Nature has turned
computer
against
zombie
us. Yeah.
overlords. Jesus Christ.
Computer
Now
zombies.
we're worried about one thing, and now you've got me worrying about both of them. Like, I'm not worried about zombies. If someone comes over to me with his, his brain carved out, he's going, brains, I'm just going to walk away. But if he's a robot and he can get on the internet, that's it. I'm done.
You can
I mean,
access
they
your
already
search
exist.
history.
Like, literally, it's just like the computer that sends you spam emails asking you to marry the prince in Nigeria for £1 million.
Or like those bots that comment on our videos saying, "Oh, please check out my channel."
So are non-AI computers then zombies?
Pretty much.
Because they're
I
doing it
mean,
against
they
their will,
still- apparently, it's
memory?
if you
but they don't use it for their own choice? We make them do it?
Maybe.
Who knows?
I don't know.
No, it's basically, you
No.
know when you, Tim, a zombie is basically, you know how you have a computer, right?
Got one right here.
Yes, you have it there.
He's
it.
familiar
If,
with
for
that medium.
example, if Gabe or Dave were like, you know what, I want to send spam, but not from my computer, so it doesn't get traced to me. I will now remotely control Tim's computer to send the said spam, and that on your computer would at that point become a zombie.
I just need to go into incognito mode. That'll do it.
I mean, no. If you have
The
Team
zombies' one
Viewer,
true weakness is private browsing.
if you have Team Viewer,
The zombie's
technically
like, don't
you
look
can
at that.
do
Don't look at that. Look, that was for later.
Oh man, so we've talked about zombies and white tack. Wait, Phil, half an hour. What
And
do we
AI.
got for them?
I think
An
they've
AI.
both been very pertinent conversations. I'm not worried about zombies. I'm worried about robots. I'm not worried about zombies.
I mean, since we're covering all the topics, aliens.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe in aliens. I believe they exist.
Yeah.
There's no
Have you
way
guys-
we can be the only things in the universe.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Has anyone seen Arrival?
Yes.
No.
Yep. Oh my
Right,
god,
we're back to the
Gabe.
minutes, guys.
Listen,
Gabe,
I don't
you're
care
killing
about-
me.
Still, just watch The Matrix.
I don't watch many videos, okay?
Okay, Davey had to hop up, which he did warn me that might happen, so we're gonna just ignore that happened. Carry on.
Yep. Oh my god, Gabe, you have to watch Arrival.
The Arrival's a good film.
It's such a good film, and it's a good portrayal of aliens and how people learn
I
and
don't
language.
know
It was
about that.
fascinating.
I didn't.
Technically,
It was good.
isn't
but I
every
don't-
human an alien? Because we all look different. Like, I know we all have the same
How far
basis
down
the-
the rabbit hole are we going now? We can just assume that we're humans. We're not aliens to us, which is I
Yeah,
think
no,
the
we're not.
key.
I mean,
Technically, I'm an alien.
I pressed the
everything.
Okay, carry on.
Everything that is alien is something. Basically, alien is the definition of alien is that it's something that we don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, every single stranger we see on the street can be alien to us.
Right,
Because that's what
I
alien
think you're talking about
means.
like something being alien rather than it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
No, but it is.
Also, foreigners are aliens.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
I'm an alien.
Not really. I'm an
No,
alien.
it is. Like, that's a legal term. Like, actually, you get called alien.
I mean,
Yeah,
I guess
like,
then
legit.
I'm an alien. Gabe, you an alien?
I'm fully British. So technically to you, I'm an alien.
We're all aliens to
No,
each
because
other.
I'm the alien in your country.
Yeah, you two are the aliens in my country, yeah.
Yeah.
Get out. Listen, I'm proud of my alien nation of Sweden.
Alien heritage.
And we will take over the world. But then the AI will take over the world, and then the zombies will eat the AI, and then the brains will come out of the AI and become the zombies, and we'll end up with alien zombie AI machines.
Technically, hasn't Sweden already taken over the world with IKEA?
Listen, IKEA is a good brand. I'm pretty proud of IKEA. From the things that have come from our country, the most notable is IKEA. Then maybe I think porn.
What?
Yeah.
Swedish porn is a bit weird, though.
Swedish.
I've never heard of Swedish
I've
porn.
never actually looked up Swedish porn as a specific
What is
term.
It's weird.
What is?
Okay,
I don't know.
It's weird.
I don't
What a
want-
loose term.
Well, first off, I haven't looked at it since I was about 15, so it's been a few years, and also I don't really want to
Probably not. Probably, yeah.
relieve those memories.
Review porn. You don't review porn.
Yes.
Yeah.
4 out of 10 stars. It was okay.
Yeah.
5 out of 7 Swedish porn. And then
Good
death metal comes from Sweden as well.
Yeah.
Not a big
Well,
fan of that.
IKEA's great.
Eurovision. Sweden in Eurovision a couple of years ago, and they were
I
just
love
like, yes,
Eurovision.
metal band. Yes,
Is
same.
that
I love
coming up
Eurovision
soon?
too.
Is Eurovision soon?
Yeah, it's in Lisbon actually. Yeah, it is. It's in
Yep.
Portugal.
Oh man. I think we should we just call the Eurovision like the Alien Vision now then? As everyone's alien to each other? We want to be accurate with it.
Yes. I mean, it would be accurate because Australia's in it.
Is Australia in it?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yep.
Australia's in Eurovision. The Europe Song Contest, Australia's in it.
Oh, that's fine. We
No, it isn't.
It's fine.
Why are they in it?
Who
They were in it
cares?
because it was 25th.
It's
It
a
was the
singing
25th
competition.
anniversary.
I care.
They were in it because it was supposed to be a special event for the 25th. Was it 25th? Oh, 50th.
I don't know. It's 50th,
Something
I think.
anniversary, and they were in it. But why are they still in it? They're not Europe.
So as I mentioned before, Gabe might have drank a little bit before the beginning of this podcast. I don't know. Let the Australians sing. They can probably sing, okay?
Eh.
Let the Australians sing.
Let them have sing. I'm gonna make the t-shirt. We've got so much coming up. Marta, you've been animating recently, right?
Yep.
Do you
I may
animate
have been around.
every day?
Not every day because I have actual written reports to write. And
fair enough.
non-animating drawings to draw.
So
And I drink a lot.
Okay. and then there's my problematic alcoholism that's in my way. Oh, Davey's coming back. There he is.
Oh no, I'm not joking about that. Like next week I'll be absolutely wrecked. It's gonna be great.
Davey, I appreciate that you came back exactly where you were before, so I don't need to run these names around. Thank you.
Yep, that's what happens. My partner just headbutted me. Like she was
Same.
getting in the car. I went to hug her by, and she just went fucking headbutted me.
Do we need to call someone?
No, it's fine.
You sure? We can arrange a safe house for you for a while.
No.
Dave, blink twice if you need help.
That was 5. He's in real trouble, or his eye just popped. Get the blue tack.
Oh, he's fine.
Oh,
She's messaging me frankly now on Facebook saying, "I'm so sorry."
But what I was going to talk about, Mark, because it is on our roadmap and people will be aware of it.
Yep.
You will eventually at some point be doing an animation for Limited Night.
Yeah, I am. It's currently slow progress because I'm testing out some techniques to see what would be the best way of going around it.
And we're kind of that close to figuring out which one we're going to animate as well, aren't we? We're getting
Yeah.
there. And normally we don't talk about too many projects internally until Adam wants to talk about it openly without confirmation. Or actually,
Well, this is
Gabe.
my project, damn it.
But this is one of those things. It's going to be.
Wait, did you just say "or me"?
Or Gabe?
Oh right, okay. What did I say?
What?
There was that time. We won't talk about
What
it.
time?
Was that time? Was there that time? There was that time. There was definitely that time. It was the horror. The horror stream. You walked in and go, gonna do the horror stream.
Yeah, that was 5 minutes before we announced it. Okay.
Well, I suppose I think I might have
Gabe,
actually done worse.
why do you think we announced it?
We put the emergency bit. We're
Damn
like,
it,
they
Marta.
know. Press the button. Launch.
You weren't here, Marta.
I wasn't. I disappeared into the mist.
Yeah, Marty, you are a bit of an enigma. You disappear every now and then, and obviously we
Yeah.
just kind of figured out what you've been doing, which is drinking, animating, writing,
Yeah.
and then drinking some more.
It's really...
Yeah. It worked out the way, like, straight after RTX, it was my birthday, and then my friend's birthday, who's also my flatmate. So that entire week has gone to shit.
Just a blank memory. Do you remember
Yeah, I
anything?
drank a lot. I know, I remember everything. It's just I drank a lot. And then, like, I was like, oh shit, I need to catch up on uni. And then that happened. And it's next week. It's a few of my friends are graduating, and we're going to an animation festival. And one of my flatmates' friend is coming over. Like, she hasn't seen in like a year. So it's kind of like celebrating again. And I'm just kind of praying for my liver to survive.
Do
I
it.
mean, you could just always not drink.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck that.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, cheers to that, everyone.
Hang on, let me lift my alcoholic beverage.
I'm the only one
Also-
not drinking tonight.
No,
Which is
I'm
a fucking
drinking water.
surprise.
Oh, you're drinking water. Fair enough.
Yeah, I am detoxing in preparation.
I drank last night, to be fair, so that's why I'm not drinking.
Yeah, we were playing Destiny. Was it on the stream? I can't remember. No, I don't think it was. But we were playing Destiny at some point, and you and your partner were just absolutely piss ass drunk
Trashed.
in chat.
Oh, I've just
Yeah.
figured out I can do something. Uh-oh. I also,
Adam's in the comments.
yeah, Adam's in the comments. I'm actually trying to figure something out here, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get it to work properly, because, leave me alone with this, then it's not going to go well. What do you want me to say?
Can you just get on stream to fix it and then leave? Like, is that a possibility?
Well,
No, because isn't Adam in class right now?
I don't know what Adam's doing, but everyone that said they couldn't make it to this podcast is now sitting in the chat talking. So,
Well, James isn't. James, Old Faithful.
I mean, James
Emphasis on old.
is with the missus.
James is bowling with his Mrs. Broken Finger.
Oh yeah, so James's missus broke her finger, or nearly broke her finger.
Yeah,
and then,
nearly.
Flip vertically. Okay, Kai's, hold on tight. This might go horribly
Hey,
wrong.
banana. Oh shit, we're not
Flip.
interacting with you.
Vertically. Okay, I think I've just done it. I'm gonna.
Dave, what are you doing?
I know it's a Legend of Zelda Heart stress ball
I think
thing.
I might have just fixed the stream because I'm super clever.
I'm putting it. Wow.
Okay. So zombies.
Oh, we still on
Oh, no.
that? Well, I
Um,
thought after I'd left and
That
gone
just
past
reminded
it.
me, Marta, it was really funny because someone I follow on Twitter retweeted your Weiss fan art
Okay.
that you made. And I was like, wait, this is Marta's tweet. Wait, this was retweeted onto my timeline. It
Well,
was
it's
really
famous.
weird experience. Yeah.
Yeah, we just have to accept that Marta is infinitely more talented than the rest of us. And
Yeah.
will forever get the recognition that we strive for.
I mean, I am getting 2 awards next week, so there is that.
You're getting what? Sorry?
I'm getting 2 awards next week.
2 fucking...
Tell
so
us
the
about your
award-winning
awards,
artist.
'cause, the last time when you told us that, or when you told me that, you weren't allowed to talk about it, or you didn't want to say anything just yet, but now it's out in the...
Yeah,
Out in
now
the
it's
open.
official. Yeah, I won the Nick Parks / Admin Award for my animation last year at uni, and then I also won the Best in Show for the degree show for the same animation.
Is it
And
Best
the
in
award
Show?
ceremony.
It sounds like a horse thing. Best in Show
Don't
is a...
take
Best in Show
away
is a,
from Marta's
it's-
achievement,
No, I'm
you
saying
dick.
that's amazing. That's amazing, but Best in Show is a horse term. I used to know because...
I mean, what else would you
Well, the
call
animation was about a horse, Tim, so, you know.
No,
No,
I've
it was
seen
a-
Yeah, we know you're posh, but goddamn.
I like
Not
horses.
everything's about horse riding.
Might.
Yeah, but the ceremony's next week on Tuesday, and I'm not going because I'll be on my way to an animation festival. So
Wait, so you're gonna Kanye West the award show? You're just gonna
Yeah.
not show up?
I need.
Did Kanye not turn up to an award show? I don't know, but he just seems like the type of dude that would do that.
I think you
I
should
mean,
get super,
I,
super drunk and then submit a video of you doing your thank you speech off your trolley and then get them to show it on a projector. Be like,
And then someone else can
"Thanks,
animate it.
losers."
Well, I'm going to another ceremony in March, so it's fine.
Another one.
Yeah, it got submitted into the Royal Television Society Awards.
Tim, when are we going to get a fucking award?
That's a good point. What awards could we? What awards could we be put up for?
What's the podcast ones?
Normally I don't talk to chat, but I'm so sorry for what I just did to the recording.
Yeah. What did you do?
I'm now you and you're now me.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it.
I swapped it. Yeah. I'm learning here, guys. This wasn't my specialty. It never was.
Also, we could put it for the streamies.
So how many people applied for the Aardman Award? How many other contestants were there?
Well, it's exclusive to my university, and from the third year animations, the top 3 marks get sent off, and the head of animation for Aardman, it used to be Nick Park, Wallace and Gromit dude, but he's busy actually making animations. Mm-hmm. So the head of animation gave us all feedback on our animations and picked his favorite, and the runner-up.
So did you speak to them directly, or did that come through like a...
I got a Facebook message.
Can you sneak the Limited Night branding into an episode of Wallace and Gromit?
No, because I'm not working on it.
So many things wrong with that sentence, Davey.
Like, damn it, Tim, I try.
I know. Well, their studios burnt down a little while ago. It was quite a while ago now, wasn't it? Anyone else aware of that?
No.
Imagine being a clay animator and your entire workshop burned into the ground. I couldn't imagine.
The workshop burned down, but all the animations were fucking fine. They were just hardened. It was like being in a kiln.
I mean,
everything was perfect.
That's not the clay they use. They use plasticine. It's called New Plast, and it's awesome. But yeah, this is me going on for the animation, so ignore
Alright,
me.
Marta, just one up me again. Thanks.
Look, I'm just saying.
I think I could just imagine like doing stop motion work. Have you ever done any stop motion work, or has anyone done any? So like with like clay and stuff.
It's online if you want to see it.
Plasticine.
Mine was with Go-Go's.
What's a Go-Go?
Little plastic toy things you can get.
No. What's a Go-Go?
Well, there's little plastic toy things you can get.
I'm gonna Google
it. They're like magazines you could collect every single week, and like you could also get packs of them. So it's like a little plastic pack. You open them, and a little Go-Go inside. And I tried to do a stop motion animation with that because you used to get big ones that opened. And you could put the Go-Go's inside. It was really weird. I tried to do one, it failed.
I just got a band when I searched for Go-Go's. What the hell are Go-Go's?
Rip.
A job lot of over 100k crazy Go-Go's.
When I was at school doing ICT, they tried to have me learn animation or basic animation in a program called Pivot, which was no, it was horrendous to use. I found it easier animating in a video editing software than I did animating in an animating software. The Pivot, god damn it.
When I did my internship at an animation studio this summer, one of the students was so adamant on using Pivot for animating. It hurts me so much.
For those of you who don't know, and I'm not an expert on the subject by any means, but Pivot is like, I'm guessing a really basic animating software where it's all just stickmen. It's all just fucking stickmen.
Do you know how to export from it? Because I still have no idea.
I don't know.
I have a video on my YouTube channel of a Pivot animation.
I didn't ever get to that point because my ICT teacher was fucking terrible and kept trying to get us to make websites with Microsoft something or other.
I trusted you.
More or less anyone could be an ICT teacher. Like when computers came around, everyone
based on the way that woman fucking taught, I would be inclined to agree with you.
Our ICT ended up just being playing Flash games for an hour every time.
Mine was making a Flash game in Scratch.
I like my ICT classes.
Our ICT lessons involved going to other people's computers when they left the room and searching the most visceral, horrifying shit you could find and then setting it as the background and calling the teacher over. Say, oh, miss, look, Luke searched for horsecock on Google. Look what he's got as his background. And then you get in trouble.
Yeah.
Why?
Because we were terrible kids.
My ICT teacher actually got me to, got me a drawing tablet
Google
to actually draw, on the computer.
Don't do
that
that,
was my first experience. It was awesome.
Don't do that. Some shit comes up, dude. I'm pissed at my ICT teacher because any interest I had in ICT after those lessons was gone.
Did you have to make a website in Dreamweaver?
I think, Dreamweaver, that was it. That's the fucking program. That piece of shit software.
ICT
Jesus
is surely
Christ.
the oldest term around for computers ever. Does anyone call it ICT? If you went to uni or college...
I think it was called IT by the time I was at school.
No, we had ICT.
No, I had
Information,
ICT.
What was it?
Mine was
Information
ICT.
computer
Information
technology?
communication technology.
Yeah, at some point we had to do like for ICT we had to do like graphs and shit.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Fucking Dreamweaver, man. That piece of shit software. I wonder if I could still use it.
I remember vividly the website I made in Dreamweaver, and it's
They were
such
fucking
a
awful.
Picture this, right? Neon green background, right?
So MySpace.
And then some like it was not like that
Careful,
super
Tim, you're
curly font, not Comic Sans, but like the stupidly curly one. You remember that?
Yeah.
In bright, because it was meant to be a Christmas website, so it was in bright red on the bright green background, and every single picture on it was me googling anime Christmas and putting that on there because I was a giant weep.
I had my most impressive moment in my life.
Oh, I still am.
In an ICT room. You know, has anyone ever had like a moment where they didn't intend to do something, but it turns out to look like incredible? You didn't mean to do it at all.
No.
Every single Photoshop I do, yeah.
Right, well, there you go. Wow.
I mean, I had a moment where I didn't mean to do something and it turned out to be fucking hilarious, but I'll wait until you finished your story.
This I guess now doesn't seem as impressive. You've got to put it into the context where I was about 12, and there was a guy that came up to me about 12. Guy that came up to me and he was throwing paper, like scrunched up bits of paper at people. So he came over, you know, like imagine like how people throw it in cricket. Like kind of over on bowl really fast, as fast as they can. So he threw it at me directly, and Martin, I don't know what just happened there. So he threw it at me directly, and I just kind of instinctively like, Gabe, this is going to really, really go way over your head, but I kind of Matrix style moved my arm like this, just instinctively, like that, and I flicked it into the bin about 10 meters away. It was like he threw it as hard as he could. I didn't move. I just went, huh. And it went right in the bin. He looked at me for about 2 minutes like, how the fuck did you just do that? Not intentional. I can't take any credit of me trying to do anything impressive. But
one of those moments where if you tried to do it again, you'd never be able to do it again.
You got to walk away at that point. You got to walk away and be like...
Fucking mic drop.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I had the exact opposite of that, is that I somehow managed to get... Do you remember in design technology class, you'd have, like, the soldering irons, and you'd, like, melt the iron and make little, like, silver nuggets out of it and throw them at each other? Well, I managed to get one of those stuck in my fucking eye, and I managed... I don't even know how. Like, I was just melting the iron, I went to rub my eye, and all of a sudden, pain in my eye.
He's like, get the blue tack.
The healing blue tack. No, I actually, fuck it, thinking about it, I had quite a rough... school, because I remember I burnt my hand on a Bunsen burner as well. Like, you remember tripods that used to go over the Bunsen burners? You put the Bunsen burner under it, put your shit on top, and then like I took one of those over to the sink. I went to put it in the sink and like put cold water on it to cool it off, and the tube was like, no, don't do that. So I went to grab the Bunsen burner back. I somehow brushed it along the back of my hand, like instant 3rd-degree burns. I've still got the scar. You won't be able to see it, but I have still got the scar right above my knuckle. Fucking hurt like a bitch. But I still went the next lesson. Solid.
There was a kid in my class, in design technology class. We were using Stanley knives. He was like cutting something out of paper, and he cut like the top half of his thumb off.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I once
tried
and made back in all the rage was kickflip, or what they called the kick skateboards. What are they called?
The tech decks.
Yeah, tech decks, that's it. And I was like, I'm poor, I can't afford my own tech deck for £2. I'm going to make my own tech deck in D&T.
Oh, shit.
So, they're small, very, very small. And I had a bit of wood that was like this, just like a little square. And I was sanding it to like smooth it off. So my hands are like this, like flat against and against the sanding belt that's going around like that. But there's a small gap, there's a small margin. So obviously the sanding belt isn't touching the metal. And I was like, and it ate the whole piece of wood and took my finger with it. And then I lost
Tim got the best manicure of his life.
Lost that top half of my finger and the nail, and it was just like a flat surface.
This is the exact reason why in woodworking, when I had that, I was making the golden snitch out of wood.
Of course.
And I convinced my teacher that I I did not understand how to work the machine to make the go this like actually this square block round.
All
So
right.
he did it for me.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
And
So
marked me on it.
A square into a sphere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that must take ages to do.
Yeah, he just did it, and then like I spray painted it gold and put some wings on it, and then he gave me an A for it because he did all the.
He did the just like and glue and done.
Yeah. And
I still have it somewhere. It's great.
Oh, man.
Wait, speaking of Bunsen burners, my teacher in high school completely broke the health and safety code every single year during winter. It's pretty amazing that we're still alive and the school didn't burn down. Because, picture this, boiler broke or didn't work properly, so the science corridor was always freezing. And my teacher was like, fuck this shit. So he took all the Bunsen burners in the department and lined them around his classroom. And you know how we had those square...
Like a seance.
yeah. Like, you
a
know how you
pagan
had the workbenches right at the back, like around the room, and then you had the square tables with the Bunsen burner things around inside. So surrounding the table, like around the middle of the table, Bunsen burners everywhere, and then around the back of all the workbenches on the back were just full of them.
Oh my god.
And that room was so warm, but every time I walked in there, I thought I was gonna die.
That's.
Jesus
I mean, I'm
Christ.
surprised he didn't like accidentally raise some kind of satanic creature from the dead. But on the other side of it, like you're just gonna put kids around lit flames. Something bad's gonna happen.
Well, that's
all
it.
The time.
Schools for all of their like good things, and there are some good things about schools, but that's a topic for another time. Like, schools are fucking idiotic when it comes to child safety. Like, they put fences up at my school because they were sick of people going in the beck down the back of our school. So they put these massive, like, 8-foot, fucking 9-foot tall fences with goddamn spikes on the bottom of them, on the top of them. It looked like something out of a medieval movie. A week after they put up, a girl lost her finger trying to climb over them. I'm like, what? Why? Just...
Like, I mean, she was not meant to climb over.
No, but you have to understand, kids are going to try anything to get out of school. Like, there's no point. You may as well just let it happen and just deal with the consequences.
My favorite
Instead,
thing,
the girl is now maimed for life because of the fucking someone's dumbass decision.
We had a my graphic design classroom was at the back of the school, and it was like kind of like on the corner, so you had like windows on either side of it. It was like a big open room thing, and it just so happened that the kids in my school thought it was that corner was great for the smoking area for them. So technically you're not allowed to do it. So my teacher, like every single class, used to cancel the class essentially for a while and go outside and yell at them. And it's also ended up being that the teacher ended up being fired because he threw a chair at someone. So
teachers have like a history. I've known of several teachers that just go batshit crazy. I completely get it. I wouldn't want to teach a bunch of 12, 13, 14-year-olds. I know that's way beyond my my stress capability. I have palpitations.
Instead, you hired a bunch.
Yeah, I have
as someone who works with kids, it's not that fun.
No, I worked with kids and I wanted to die.
I want to die every day.
I had kids.
We work on kids.
And,
Tim had kids. That's all experiencing.
2 is enough.
Like,
I couldn't imagine
I'm done. I'm never working with them.
Couldn't imagine having 13 of them. That would just be ridiculous. Has anyone else ever like hurt themselves at school or kind of just done something? Well, we're basically just trying to get a lawsuit from one of the schools. If anyone has a lawsuit that they can raise with the school, that'd be great.
Limited Night is in need of some capital, and we're thinking about raising a lawsuit. So
we're just.
I'm pretty sure my school tried to kill me by making me do cross country because I'm not the fittest kid. Obviously,
I feel that.
I'm quite overweight. And when we did cross country, my teachers were always like, "No, you have to wear a skirt. No, you have to wear this." And I was like,
"You have to wear a skirt running? What?"
Exactly.
Yeah, no, that was the thing at our school as well.
No, you have to wear a skirt too, Davey.
Yeah. That's why I'm so into wearing them now. Like you can't see the bottom half, but I'm just, it's pleated and everything.
It makes more sense for guys to wear skirts. You guys have the dangly bits.
Yeah,
the dangly bits.
Yeah, but to be fair,
I feel like we are at school.
Yeah.
They've got penises.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Look, I would have said genitalia, but okay, penis is dangled, vagina's done. There you go.
Well, I mean, come on, Marta.
Look, I don't shame vaginas, but there's issues.
Can we call this podcast vagina shaming?
Oh wow.
Anyway,
Go on.
Running cross country was an absolute nightmare because like it was always in the run up to sports day. So it's like, okay, these people are doing the 1,500. These people are doing the 100-meter sprint. These people are doing the cross country, and you had to run all the way around the field, back up again and back around. But halfway around the course that the teachers knew about, but obviously didn't care enough about, was there was a gap in the fence that people just escaped from.
They're like lemmings.
See, our cross-country course was literally a cross-country course. Like, it went up a hill and it went through, like, a little wood. And eventually, by the time we got around to doing cross-country, because we didn't do it in the earlier years, because, I don't know, they, like, just didn't want to torture children. When I was 16, by that time I'd started smoking. I was like, fuck this shit, I'm having a cigarette or two. And I'd just walk around, I'd smoke a cigarette. And then there'd be people running past me trying to impress the teachers. And I'm like, yeah, you're all right, yeah. And I'd get to the end and I'd be putting my cigarette out, and my teacher would be like, yeah, you did it in like 1 hour. I'm like, yeah, champion, I'm off to next class. I'll see you in a bit. I'm done.
Yeah, no. The only thing a lot happened in PE, but the one thing I vividly remember is that my school had the bright idea of buying trampolines.
Oh,
like the Olympic-sized trampolines.
We had
when we got into school. Yeah. And a girl ended up in hospital.
Oh, how?
Because you know how you put the mattress thingy pads, the safety things around the thing?
Exact same thing happened to me. Go on, sorry.
She jumped, and I was in the changing room at that point, because I refused to do school. I refused to do PE. Like, it's not happening for me. And she ended up, apparently, she was jumping on it and, like, training, I guess, I don't know. And she fell weird, and then fell off the trampoline, missed the safety pad, and was on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
I
did exactly that.
She ended up in hospital, and we had PE cancelled for the rest of the.
What I love about that image is that Marta was like very specific on where they were. Like Marta was like, "Oh, I'm in the changing room." I love the image of like this girl just going up in the air, like Marta seeing it going wrong. I'm like, "Fuck this shit, I'm out. I'm just walking back to the changing room."
No, like
it happened to me exactly that situation where I was bouncing, and there was a guy called Martin. Hi, if you're watching, you're not. And he had this.
Shout out Martin.
He had this. He was playing with the mat. So around the edge of the trampoline, there's always like the springs. So they have the protective like matting around the edges.
Yeah.
And he was flapping it up and down, just like this, like kind of just just bored. And I was jumping, and then I went to jump off, and as I went to kind of walk off, he just went whoop, lifted it up. So he basically just took my feet out as I was getting off. I just fully fell off the edge of it. I didn't get hospitalized, but I mean it wasn't a great moment in my life. One gym moment, actually, right now I think about it, which I wasn't worried about at the time, was where we used to have like the school hall where all the PE would happen in the winter, and it would be like just really tall, like I don't know, 2 stories high, and they used to have a rope that goes to the ceiling. You know, did anyone ever have that? Like a rope that went from the floor to the ceiling?
They had like an entire climbing frame. It was bullshit.
Yeah.
They didn't let us do it.
Yeah, well, they didn't let us do it until we were in about year 6. But year 6, how old are you in year 6? Like 10-ish?
Like 10, 11-ish, yeah.
So I climbed to the very top, and then I touched the ceiling, and then I suddenly looked down, and I was like, oh shit, I'm just holding onto a rope, and if I fall, I'm breaking something.
Oh, yeah.
At that time, that was fine. Now I think about it, I'm like, who the fuck is shoving kids up on the ceiling?
Who decided that was a good thing? Because like those pads are thin, like they cushion nothing. Like those things, you're gonna break something hitting one of those.
That's just gonna absorb some of the blood. That's all it's gonna do.
Yeah, that's designed to keep it like a clean job.
All of you probably went to school probably 5 years more like before I did, and like nowadays, like if I remember PE, the mats are about thinner than ever. They're about like this thin.
Budget cuts.
They cut them in half. And now we got double.
Yeah, pretty much. They cut them in half.
They're just made out of blue tack.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. It's just like no. But I remember one time because trampolining was part of gymnastics for us, and my teacher was like, "Okay, today we're going to teach you how to do a roly poly." Basically, I can't remember what she called it.
Like is the generally
Sorry to interrupt, Gabe, but all I remember of trampoline lessons, and this might be the same for the rest of you, but is like dropping on your ass and like putting your arms up and twisting in midair and sitting down back again. That's all they let us do. Wouldn't let us do front flips, wouldn't let us do back flips. I did front flips and back flips on my mate's trampoline. I was like, I'm capable of doing this. Let me do this. Like, sorry, carry on.
You don't want to get sued.
It's fine.
Yeah, I guess.
So just shove it up on the ceiling.
They let the people...
Yeah, just climb a 10-foot rope with nothing underneath you.
They let people do us. Do us?
Yes.
There's the lawsuit. We found it, everyone.
No, they let people in my school do the front flips and back flips, but only the athletically capable who are going to take PE at GCSE. They're the only people who let do them. But like one time we were doing this lesson, and they made like 2 courses that the whole class went over and did a roly-poly on, and it was like you have to run, jump on this trampoline, put your arms out, then flip it. I was like, I ain't doing that. I'm gonna break my neck. And she was like, no, you won't. I was like, have you seen the size of me? Yes, I will. I will break.
You can do it. Just do it. I got a couple of friends convinced me that I was capable of doing a double backflip on a trampoline. It turns out that I wasn't capable of doing a double backflip, or double front flip, sorry. So I ended up landing straight on my face. Like, you imagine the force
that's not
you
bad,
need.
Though.
Sorry, you imagine the force you need to do a front flip. I did the full flip, got to the second flip, and just like straight on. Like, it couldn't be more on my face.
On the trampoline, I imagine, yeah?
Yeah, not onto the floor or the mat.
Yeah, that's mental. I think my most traumatic experiences happened before I moved to England. Because I used to go to a private Catholic school.
Ooh.
Considering the fact I'm not religious and it sucked.
I went to a Catholic school too for a while, but yeah.
I mean, I went to a Catholic school because my entire, like, Poland's a Catholic country, and my mum didn't want to send me to a regular school because there was guns and drugs in there, like, and police every day.
Wait, there's guns and drugs in your regular schools?
I mean, it got to the point that the school nearest to where I was meant to go, before I went to instead of the private one, there was police there with like the dogs that sniff out drugs and shit, like every day, like on the hello, welcome to school. Here's a dog sniffing you.
That sounds great.
Hello, welcome to school. Before your first session, if you could just let Bernard pat you down.
Like, imagine those terrible private public schools in American films. Yeah. At least that one school. But anyways, so this school was private, and you had to pay a shit ton of money for it. And the teacher for PE was the biggest cunt in existence.
Shout out you if you're watching.
Oh no, I absolutely would call you out. You got to the point that it's like a roller coaster of a story. So imagine me at the age of like 7. So small Marta, who a few years prior got traumatized at a beach and forgot how to swim.
Oh.
Purely because I saw someone get stung by a jellyfish and, like, traumatic experiences of the sea, and I was like, I can't do this. And first swimming lesson, he was like, so who here knows how to swim? And a few people raised their hands. I did not. And he was like, all right, everyone who can't swim, deep end.
What?
Here's a stick. You have to jump over and swim. Like, literally jump over a stick and then swim to the other end of the swimming pool. I was drowning on my first swimming lesson.
Are you sure you were in school and weren't in just some random dude's backyard?
No, it gets...
Oh, no.
It gets worse. Because, like, obviously he was a fucking dickhead. And, like, that escalated. And at one point we had to do laps around... It was middle of summer. It was, like, really fucking warm. And we were running laps around the basketball court. And I fell over at one point. And I scraped my knee so badly that I could, like, not... Well, scraped my knee, banged it, and then scraped it. There was blood everywhere. I could not move my knee without it hurting because pain and, yeah, whatever. And he told me to just get back up and keep running. To the point he started yelling at me when I refused to do it. And at that point, my mother came into school and tried to get him fired, and they didn't. And do you know why he got fired? Which was about 10 years after I fucking left.
Did he diddle
school.
kids?
No, he divorced his wife.
Oh,
and he was a Catholic school, and they would not allow it.
Wow,
Because
that's
Catholics
incredible.
are not allowed to divorce.
I know
so
it's slightly...
he can abuse children in school, and it's fine, but he can't divorce his wife.
I know we're slightly over as well, but just to carry on this topic, because fuck it, I don't care about timing. Was anyone else's PE teacher really old? Like,
No,
incapable
mine was-
of doing any of the stuff they were asking of you?
No,
Mine was about 60, and I think if he jumped on a trampoline, he'd have a heart attack. But like, yeah, that just seems like really odd to me. I don't know, Gabe, did you have an old PE teacher?
No. Both my PE... Well, there was 4 PE teachers in the whole school, 2 male and 2 female. Practically every...
Prick! They were pricks.
Yeah, they were pricks. But practically every female student, apart from the ones who were smart, had a crush on the one male PE teacher who was physically fit. I was like, dude, why? But anyway,
They're calling out their entire school year
It was
of
music teacher
females.
for us.
but yeah.
Everyone had one teacher that was considered the hot teacher, and now I look back at it, they weren't.
Oh no,
they
it was
teacher.
absolutely was.
Oh, okay, fair enough. There's got to be one out there.
We had a really hot music teacher with tattoos. It was amazing. And he knew it, and he milked it to the point I was like, it's a bit weird, please stop,
Careful
we're
with the
16.
terminology.
Oh no. There was a teacher, there was the PE teacher which practically everyone had a crush on. Then there was also the geography teacher who always wore sports equipment who was head of my school year actually, who everyone practically had a crush on. I was like, why? He's like a douchebag and he's dating the history teacher, which is really weird. But like, towards the end of year 11, I was like, wait, this dude's sort of creepy because he knew he was popular with the year 11s, which is the final year of high school.
Sounds like he had an issue.
Yeah.
I wonder how many teachers out there have an issue. It's concerning.
What we're learning from this is that the majority of the Limited Night staff had terrible fucking school years.
Yeah.
But, we came through it and we made Limited Night. And we
continued to torture ourselves because it's all we used to.
I mean, Tim makes me jump in a swimming pool every day. He doesn't even live near me. He's just like,
let you wear clothes.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm naked from the waist down. You can't see it, but...
Okay.
All right, well, I think that's all we have time for this week. On that note, Jesus. Yeah. Thanks, everyone, for joining.
Marta, animate this. Animate me naked.
None of this can be animated.
Actually, you'd be surprised.
Davey in just his
I mean, she knows how to animate, because apparently penises dangle. Just saying.
That's a good
I'll just rework Mount Your Friends into an animation.
Remember that Limited Night Naked podcast? Podcast.
Naked
podcast.
Wait, what?
Calendar. Naked calendar we're talking about. I'm just imagining. I don't imagine it actually.
Wait,
all the airline staffing.
You don't want to imagine it because you'd have to do the thumbnail for it.
The thumbnail for
calendar. Limited Night calendar.
There's going to be a stretch goal there, but that's a joke I don't want to go down the road of. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. This has been the Limited Night Podcast, episode 23, I think.
Yes, it is.
If you want to go and have a look at the rest of our content, limitednight.com is where you can find that. We have a Discord, which is basically where a load of cool people go together and chat and talk, play games. We are on there sometimes. Other people are on there sometimes.
This person manages it.
Yeah.
And they're like once in a blue moon.
You're more than welcome to follow us on all the social media channels, obviously, Twitter, Facebook, wherever you want to find us. But if you want to give us a like, a subscribe, because you're watching this, there's a whole host of other things that we do alongside live streams and videos and shorts and podcasts, and you can see all of these faces in different facets and different kind of content things. So thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you next week. Remember to tune in next time. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.